Time now for Kara's Cures. And what you eat each day could be a real life scare. You don't want to end up like this guy.
Exactly. We're talking all about the spookiest foods that we eat and healthier options to replace them with.
Joining us now is the very witchy naturopathic doctor, Artemis Morris. Yes.
You look so good.
But she's a good witch. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. You guys look amazing. Amazing. The witch doctor is in.
The witch
Yes,
doctor
you are
is
the
in
witch doctor.
with some good news or things that we should avoid, right?
The 5 scariest foods. We asked Dr. Morris, we said, what are the 5 scariest foods you'd really want us to stop eating? And what could we replace them with? So you have a list. Number 1, you say, are the hydrogenated fats, also known as trans fats. You know, in the media, we've been hearing a lot about this. You'll see a lot of marketing on food that says no trans fats. What are they?
Trans fats are actually partially hydrogenated fats created in a lab. And so those fats, our body doesn't know what to do with them. They help keep things shelf stable. And so it increases the bad cholesterol, the total cholesterol, the LDL, and it actually decreases the good cholesterol. And so that will increase your risk of heart and cardiovascular disease
that's
and
not good.
increase inflammation. So that would be a poison.
Yeah,
What
that's
are they
really
found in?
bad.
I know we like high fructose corn syrup, nothing. We don't want, well, that's the next item. But how do we know that they don't have hydrogenated fats?
So one of the most important things you can do when we go over this in the program is look at the ingredients label. You won't find this in the nutrition facts necessarily. They might be there, but you want to look at the other ingredients and all of the ingredients, and it'll be listed as partially hydrogenated. And it also can be found in supplements as well. But you see this in any processed food or cakes or cookies or anything that would have fats in it that leads to that sugar, salt, fat yumminess, but also is poisonous.
Ugh, not good.
All right, so make your own cookies. Okay.
Exactly.
Well, and if you shop, nowadays it's easier to find stuff that literally will say right on the front of it, no trans fats. The next thing is high fructose corn syrup. I think about this a lot with the kids because it's in a lot of things.
It is in a lot of things.
Yes, high fructose corn syrup, it is an artificially made sugar and it's high in fructose. But even if you see corn syrup on the label, that also is potentially poisonous because what it does is it is processed by our liver. So a lot of times people, gain weight and they don't know why. And this could be it. It could be because there's that high fructose corn syrup, which basically the fructose our body doesn't know what to do with. So the liver has to process it. And that leads to a lot of weight gain, increases our risk of heart and cardiovascular disease, increases triglycerides, increases risk of diabetes, and also can thwart your weight loss and metabolic efforts. So it is poisonous.
All right. Number 3, artificial sweeteners, saccharin, sucralose, etc.
Sucralose.
Sucralose. The werewolf has gotten it wrong.
You remember the Splenda craze? So this is part of this category of artificial
Dr. Morris,
sweeteners.
are you
so
there?
these are basically things that taste sweet and are also marketed as no calorie or 0 calorie products. So things like 0 calorie soft drinks, and you can see it in many prepared and processed foods. And these actually still, even though they have no calories, they still will increase your risk of diabetes, metabolic syndrome, heart disease. And these also have been shown in some animal studies to increase risk of tumor growth.
Oh, no.
And so it's a big problem because even they found in pregnant and lactating women that have a lot of artificial sweeteners in their diet, it can even increase the risk of obesity and metabolic syndrome in the baby. So this is like sugars in chewing gum and different things like that. So artificial sweeteners, read those labels, and there are going to be some fancy words there.
Okay. I want to get to them all. Number 4, artificial food colors, blue, red, yellow.
Anything red number 40? Bad, bad, bad.
Yes. So this is another poisonous and scary food item because, just if you go tonight trick-or-treating, you're going to see some really fun colors of food.
Right.
And those are not naturally occurring. And there's some natural dyes out there you can look for in your supermarket, but these are the FDC 40. These are the food colorings and additives that actually have been shown to increase risk of attention deficit disorder, hyperactivity, depression, and anxiety. And even those artificial sweeteners, there are studies that show that it can increase irritability and depression, and they interfere with the microbiome, the gut bacteria. So artificial sweeteners do that, and artificial food colors also do that and can increase risk of headaches. So there was a study in Australia that found that when they removed artificial colors from the diet, that 75% of children with attention and hyperactivity issues improved. So
yeah.
tonight, look for some hyperactive activity if you have artificial sweeteners and colors.
We want to make sure we
in your
don't run out of time, and I know we're going to talk more in depth on Kara's Cures on the podcast, but the other thing is BHA. That's also a food additive found in fried animal oils, especially fast food, so you might not be reading the ingredients if you're driving through the drive-through, but another thing to avoid that you would say is poison, according to the witch doctor, right?
It is poison. You're absolutely right.
So the way to get rid of this is the
butylated hydroxyanisole. I mean, that's hard to tell. That's hard to even say. So it sounds poisonous already. But
yeah.
it basically helps to preserve food. And so it's found in a lot of oils and processed food and chewing gum. You might see it. So BHA, it's called. And the National Toxicology Association said that it will be soon listed as a carcinogen because it was found to increase cancer risk, in particular stomach cancer in animals.
Awesome.
And there are some studies showing that it can also disrupt our hormones. And a lot of these poisonous things in our food can disrupt hormones, disrupt metabolism, increase risk of chronic disease, and increase inflammation. But
Dr. Morris, we're out of time.
Poison.
I just want to let everyone know that the Mediterranean Detox Program you get us through is, we're finishing up now. It's a way to get rid of all these things. If you've been eating them, gives your body a rest, a reset. You can find out more at artemiswellnesscenter.com. You can even pull at artemiswellnesscenter.com/Mediterranean Detox Program. You guide people through it. We'll talk more on the podcast on Kara's Cures. Thanks, Doctor.
Thank you. Please go with this poison apple.